students. Welcome to my channel Learning History Made Easy. In today's video, we'll be continuing with the second PUC Model Paper 2023 released by the board. Today, we'll be discussing about the 5-mark questions. And in the next video, we'll continue with the 10-mark question. Before getting into the video, if anyone is seeing the channel for the first time, or if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and share it with your friends, and also click the bell button to receive notifications whenever I upload new videos. So without wasting time, let us get into the video. So here, the 37th 5-mark question, explain the main features of Hoysala architecture. So regarding Hoysala architecture, just 1 or 2 lines introduction you can write. Hoysalas combined Vesara and Dravida style. The new style was called as Hoysala style. The main features of this style are star-shaped base, star platform or jakati of about 4 feet high. The jakati around the temple is the open Pradakshina-patha, polished pillars with variety of designs, elaborate carvings and beautifully carved Madanika figures, spacious Navaranga, which is the central hall, the Bhuvaneshwari or the carved ceiling, the Vimana Shikara, which is in pyramidal shape, and the Garbhagrihas ranging from 1 to 5, that is Ekakuta, Dvikuta, Trikuta, Chatushkuta and Panchakuta. Now, they have built more than 100 temples. Some examples you can write: Channakeshava at Beluru, Hoysaleshwara at Halebeedu, Kirtinarayana at Talakadu, etc. So this is how you write the 5-mark answer for Hoysala architecture. Next, the 38th question, discuss the socio-religious reforms of Basaveshwara. So regarding Basaveshwara, first about a little bit introduction about his early life. He was born in 1132 CE at Bagewadi. His parents were Madrasa and Madlambike. He studied Veda, grammar and logic at a young age. He removed his sacred thread at the age of 8 and said that he had Linga Diksha at his birth and there was no need for Upanayana. He went to Kudala Sangama and he studied under Jadaveda Muni. He was appointed as Karnika by Kalachuri King Bijala. He was not influenced by power, wealth and worldly life, and he carried out his responsibilities through honest services. He took a vow to remove caste system, blind belief, plurality of God and idol worship, which was practiced in those days. So from here we start socio-religious reforms. He travelled across the state and created awareness among the people. He made it clear that caste system does not have the base of Dharma Shastra. He encouraged interdining and also intercaste marriage and performed the marriage of Brahmin Madhuvaya's daughter and Harijan Harilaya's son. He prevented animal sacrifice and said Dayave Dharmada Moolavaya, that is, compassion is the base of religion. Orthodox people who saw the religious works of Basaveshwara gave a complaint to Bijala that he was using the money from the treasury and he was spoiling Hinduism. To please the Orthodox people, King Bijala gave death sentence to Madhuvaya and Harilaya, and the newly wedded couples were also blinded. Basaveshwara was upset by this and gave up the post as minister, and he went to Kudala Sangama. This led to a revolt at Kalyana. Bijala was murdered in this revolt, and Basaveshwara attained oneness in God in 1168 CE at Kudala Sangama. Now about his philosophy, some points we can discuss. Basaveshwara propounded Shakti Vishishtadvaita philosophy. He gave prominence to the worship of Linga and gave opportunity for all to wear Ishtalinga irrespective of caste and gender. All those who wore Linga came to be called as Lingayata. Ashtavarna principle has to be followed by Lingayat, which are taught at the time of Diksha. They are obedience to Guru, worship of Linga, etc. He propounded the path of devotion for salvation and criticized caste system. He condemned idol worship, holy bath and worship of stones and trees. Though his vachanas he brought in to open the vain display of devotion by the people. Basaveshwara gave importance to inner purity rather than outer purity. And he established Anubhava Mantapa at Kalyana to spread his philosophy. So all these points you have to write regarding social religious reforms of Basaveshwara. And if you want detailed explanation of all these answers, you can go to chapter wise videos in which I have given point to point explanation regarding all these topics. Next, 39th question. What were the important factors that led to the growth of Indian nationalism? First point, the British considered India to be only a colony which provided cheap raw materials and a market for their finished goods. This economic policy destroyed the economic structure that existed. Indian villages, petty trade and peasantry suffered. Unemployment began to grow and India became economically backward. Point number 2. The British provided a uniform system of administration and judicial system by establishing political unity for a substantial period. Third one, the Western system of education in English broke the monopoly of traditional education system practiced in Sanskrit, Persian and Arabic. The enlightened Indians began to compare their existing conditions to that of Europe. The success of Germany and Italy against foreign dominance and the establishment of united independent nation inspired the nationalists. Fourth point, the British considered themselves to be racially superior to Indians. They discriminated and degraded the Indians. All high officers in administration, judiciary and legislature were with the British. The Queen's proclamation in 1858 promised to include more Indians into military and administration, but the entry of Indians into important offices were made difficult. The British looked down upon the Indian culture and heritage. Fifth point, the British waged a series of wars and followed policies like subsidiary alliance and doctrine of lapse to establish political supremacy over India. The British rulers and officers who lost their power and prestige turned against the British. Sixth point, the Indian press and literature inspired nationalism among Indians. The plight of the people due to the impact of administrative policies and lapses of British government were published. Many articles and poems inspiring nationalism were published both in English and vernacular languages. Scholars like R.G. Bhandarkar, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Swami Vivekananda, etc. conducted research and brought to light the glorious cultural past of India. This filled the Indian nationalists with pride and self-confidence. So all these were the points regarding the rise of nationalism. So these were the total 6 5-mark questions were there. Out of that, any 4 you have to write. So all the 6 I have explained. In case you want detailed explanation, you can go to the chapter-wise videos. In the next video, we will be dealing with the 10-mark question from the same model paper released by the board. So I hope you have understood all these points very clearly. In case of any doubts, you can ask in the comment section. And also, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Your likes and shares will be of a great encouragement for me to make more and more videos. So I hope to see you all soon in the coming video. Thank you for watching.